You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we're going to be talking about Brittney Griner here in this video. As you guys know, Brittney Griner is locked up in a Russian jail for bringing vape cartridges into an airport. She's been detained ever since mid-February, and she will remain detained until sometime next month. Now, she's facing upwards of 10 years in prison. Her basketball career could be over. We'll have to see how everything plays out. Now, the WNBA has been talking about Brittney Griner. She's one of the stars in the WNBA, and she also plays in Russia. That's why she was actually in Russia at the time she got arrested. Now, guys, these athletes are not very smart. They don't make the best choices, if you ask me. And now you actually have the WNBA's player union rep making a pretty dumb statement, making excuses for Brittney Griner. But this is not too surprising here. Check this out, guys. WNBA Players Union president says gender pay gap helped lead to Brittney Griner's arrest. Yes, blaming gender pay gap. Now, folks, really, when it comes to basketball, there is no gender pay gap. Okay, it's just simple mathematics. The NBA brings in the money. That's why their top players can get like $40+ million a year. The WNBA in 26 years has never made a profit. The owners of WNBA teams, they lose money every single year. That's why their top players get something like $228,000 a year. They don't generate near the revenue of the NBA. This is very clear. It is simple economics. But I guess, these athletes in the WNBA, they want a socialism system where you don't bring in the money, but you're going to pay us like the NBA players. Makes absolutely no sense. But let's read this, guys. Nneka Onwumaike, I believe that's the way you pronounce the last name, the head of the WNBA Players Union on Tuesday, shared an update on Brittney Griner, the 7-time WNBA All-Star, who was arrested in Russia in February and remains in custody overseas. Onwumaike, president of the Women's National Basketball Players Association, appeared on Good Morning America Tuesday to discuss the league's efforts to bringing Griner home. Now, folks, I don't believe they're going to have any influence on getting Brittney Griner released, because if she did this crime, she's going to do the time. It's just that simple. I don't believe that Russia is going to bend the knee to the WNBA and release her just to release her. It's not going to happen. But Nneka made a comment here, made a pretty pathetic comment about the gender pay gap. She says here, quote, "It's tough. That could have been us. We're really most concerned about her health and safety, especially her mental health. We're hearing that in that respect, she's okay, but we want her home. BG is us. We are BG." Now, she says this here, quote, "We move internationally, and given the nature of Brittney's situation," well, I should say we move intentionally, I should say, and given the nature of Brittney's situation, when it happened, it was very important for us to be intentional about doing the best thing to ensure that we don't compromise her coming home. A lot of that had to do with educating ourselves about the details of what was going on. She went on as much as we could know, but then understanding how important it was for us to be strategic about when and how to speak about her. It's disappointing that the question of it being a gender issue is top of mind now when it comes to this type of circumstance. The reality is she's over there because of a gender issue, pay inequity. Folks, it says the highest paid player in the WNBA earns $228,000 a year, while some of the top NBA players make more than $1 million. I told you guys. And these WNBA players have to know the same thing. The NBA makes money. Your league loses money. And without the support of the NBA, your league would be out of business. And in reality, folks, the WNBA should not exist. All they do is lose money. The only reason why the WNBA is in existence still is because of virtue signaling. It's just that simple. I mean, what does Nika want the WNBA to do? They don't make any money. They don't make any money. They're not going to get the big contracts like the NBA. Plus, the NBA has been around much longer and their brand is much stronger than the WNBA. Nobody cares about the WNBA. And folks, if she can't live on $228,000 a year, that's her problem right there. She goes over to Russia. Nobody forced her to go to Russia and play. I believe she's getting $1 million, if I'm not mistaken, to play in Russia. That's her choice. Nobody forced her to. She could have lived on her $228,000 a year. Probably got some endorsements maybe. But no, she chose to go over there. This is not a gender pay issue, folks. Let me tell you this, man. When I worked in the corporate world, if my company kept losing money year after year after year, guess what would happen? Layoffs happen. That's the way the real world is. But the WNBA stays afloat because the NBA supports them. I swear, man, I don't believe that these WNBA players, these athletes, I don't believe they're living in reality. They can't be living in reality. They have to know this is not a gender pay issue. If the WNBA made money, guess what? They would be making more money. Now, I do believe they have their own union. The union is supposed to represent them. You guys signed off on that. So what's the big deal? You guys agree to the collective bargaining agreement, just like the NBA does. But you guys know in reality, you can never, ever pay an average salary of $1 million for WNBA players. It's not going to happen. Those owners in the WNBA lose so much money. And if I was an investor, would I want to invest in the WNBA? No, I would not. It's a losing cause. These WNBA players, you know what they need to do? They need to work on growing their brand. And they've done a pretty poor job over the years. So many teams have folded because they lose money. I believe like half of the original teams are already gone from when the league started. I believe it started in 1997, if I'm not mistaken. The Houston Comets, right out here in Houston, won 4 straight WNBA titles. They folded. And they were really the most successful WNBA franchise. And they folded, I believe, in 2008. That's how bad it is for the WNBA. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. Nika, man, I can't believe she said this. But I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because this is the way woke athletes think. They want to make an excuse for everything. And gender pay is just not a good excuse whatsoever for bringing in vape cartridges into an airport. Guess what? You'll get arrested here too if the same thing happened in an airport. I can go to Bush Airport right now. If I had vape cartridges, guess what? I'm getting arrested. I just am. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.